I'm not going to, by the way, just because you didn't answer this in this hangout doesn't mean I'm not going to push this issue. The Bible teaches us about prayer and how God answers prayers using numerous examples in the Bible. I want you to prove to me that a supernatural being could not use the natural world to speak to me.
That's not my claim.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
When you make a claim that God is not answering my prayers.
No, I didn't. I asked you if he did. I asked you, how do you know?
I told you yes. And
I'm asking you, how do you connect the natural...
Impossible, don't you?
No, I'm asking you how you connect the natural world to God.
Okay, so you didn't hear what I said. That's probably why you was laughing. Okay.
I did ask you.
God, according to the scriptures, again, if you actually pick this book up,
is a claim.
I'm going to Google and actually read it.
I have read it.
No, matter of fact, how about I read it to you? I'll just read it to you. If you can stomach it for a moment. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Those are natural things.
No, it is not a natural thing.
Listen to verse 2, Darius. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That would make them supernatural. Darius, I got a quick question for you, Darius. And only Darius answer. Oh, kick your butts out. Okay? Darius, just real quick for me. Is a spirit natural or supernatural?
A spirit would be supernatural.
Okay. Now, how would someone in the supernatural world communicate to those of us in the natural world?
How would it communicate how would a spirit communicate?
Yeah, to someone in the natural world. We see this on sci-fi all the time. How does a spirit communicate to people in the natural world?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. According to your science fiction movies and according to facts, he'll show up so you can be able to see him. You'll be able to hear him. He'll appeal to one of our, if not all of our five senses. Okay? Now, God is a spirit. Okay? Why is it so funny that you would think that a spirit can't use the natural world to communicate to people and to communicate to people in this finite natural world? I don't see what's so funny about that.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying
joke.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying that you need to prove that he did do it. That's my point.
I don't need to prove nothing.
Yes, you do.
And let me explain why. This is why you guys are not gonna. This new format you guys are gonna like and hate at the same time. This is the title below. Does God answer prayers? Why and why not? It doesn't say we're debating. It doesn't say I'm gonna prove anything. This is a conversation. You guys are given 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, and sometimes 1 minute to be able to answer a question, and you failed to do that. The best that some of you were able to give, not all of you, just some. This is what you said. The burden of proof is on the one making the claim. That's what you did with your 3 minutes. See, I should be laughing right now. Because when you go back and look at that Google Hangout, you and JD embarrassed the atheist community as far as I'm concerned. Because you didn't come with more depth. And if you think you didn't, watch my channel in a couple of days.
Let me put it this way.
Watch my channel in a couple of days.
Put it this way. If Galileo just came out and said, yo, the world revolves around the sun, and he just said that, prevented nothing, okay? And he said, well, you can't disprove it doesn't. Can you disprove it doesn't? Will you? Could you disprove that the Earth does not revolve around the sun? How would you go about doing that?
He proved that the Earth revolves around the sun. He gave theories.
Exactly, but I'm just saying
Listen, Darius.
No, you're not answering the question.
In order to do that, Darius. You're talking about a debate. Do you know the difference between a debate and a conversation?
Yes, but you're asking me a question. I'm trying to answer it.
Google Hangout that just passed. This was a conversation and not a debate. This was not about proving anything. If you do not believe that God does not answer prayers, you are to make your statement, okay, and give your reasons why. Hence the title of the Hangout. Does God answer your prayers? Why and why not? When I make my follow-up video, you're not going to think this is funny at all, because I'm going to point out how you guys didn't know the difference between a debate and a conversation.
I'm asking you. That's my point. You're asking me to prove something. You're asking me to prove that God doesn't do that. How do you do that? How would you want me to do that?
This is what you say. You express your opinion. Where you go, well, first of all, as an atheist, I have a lack of belief in a God or gods. So naturally, if I don't believe that God exists, if I don't have any proof that God exists, then I possibly can't believe that he answers any prayers. And by the way, I pretended to be an atheist, and I fooled a lot of people. I can answer a lot of this stuff probably better than the atheist community because I understand what a conversation is and what a debate is. You're not in a debate right now. You're in a conversation. Does God answer prayers? Yes or no? Why and why not? That's it.
I don't really think you understand.
You keep coming back to your title like it's a defense mechanism whenever someone tries to call you to... Yeah,
it is.
It really is.
You're not answering any of my questions. If Galileo said that the world revolved around the sun and didn't provide any evidence, this is a hypothetical, okay? If he didn't provide any evidence, would you say it's enough to say, well, can you disprove that it doesn't? No, you would expect him to make the claim that it does. You'd expect him to show evidence.
Now, here's the thing that you're missing, Darius. Again, you think this is a debate.
No,
okay?
Oh my God.
My very first question for everybody before you came into this room, obviously you did not see this entire Hangout, nor did you hear the rules of the Google Hangout, okay? I said, first question was, does God answer prayers, yes or no? Don't give me that with a burden of proof. No, that's not what I asked you. Does he answer prayer, yes or no? If you're an atheist, then you are to say, well, my position is this. I'm an atheist. I have a lack of a belief in a God or a gods due to a lack of evidence that your God exists. Because I don't have any evidence that your God exists, my position is that God does not answer prayers because I don't believe that your God is real. I believe that you're talking to the wall when you pray, and I believe that, that you're going through the law of attraction or whatever it is that you
I didn't say that was real. I did not say that. I said I used to.
Because you're in the middle.
No.
Because you're in the middle. You're not left, you're not right, you're in the middle.
No, I didn't. No, I'm not. I didn't say it worked.
Okay, so which is it? Does God answer prayers, yes or no?
I said I'm not convinced. I've not seen anything. That's a don't know. I'm not convinced.
Oh, brother. Okay, new conversation. Because you're not listening, Darius. My question for you was this. Darius, my question was this. Does he answer prayers, yes or no? Okay? You have to answer yes or no, and why?
Why is
you completely over your head?
Why are you setting boundaries for someone's answer to your question?
Because you're in my Hangout. And the title of my Hangout is...
So you're telling people how to answer your questions because they're in your Hangout.
I'll answer this again.
Well, how hard is it to say yes or no?
Why do you only have to say yes or no?
I can answer that.
Now I'm about to say au revoir to a lot of you because you're driving me crazy, and I've only been back on Google Hangouts a couple of
Here's my quick thought about it, if I can get this out, okay?
You should have said it on camera. It would have been better.
On the whole yes or no thing, if you say yes, you're going to go, praise God, we agree. If you say no, you're going to ask why.
That's not what I'm going to do. I gave you a certain amount. I gave you a certain period of time to talk. Okay, and I went to the next person. I'll say, well, this is what what's your name again? This is what Brandingo has to say. Let's go to JD. Oh, this is what JD has to say. Let's go to a man from Ohio. Let's talk to this person. Let's go to this next person. And that's what I was doing. And when you go back and look at the Hangout, you're going to be able to see that. That's why I'm planning on doing a follow-up video on this.
Okay. Let me just say, okay, to say no, it really doesn't make any sense to say you have to say yes or no. I can say I don't know because I've seen no evidence of prayer working. Okay, that is my position. That is my contribution to the conversation. I do not see any evidence that prayer has actually worked. Okay.
That's a better answer. And we're off air. You should have said that on air.
I'm pretty sure JD already said it.
No, JD said
did.
The burden of proof is on me.
Yeah, but he also said at one time. He said at one time that you misunderstood, saying that atheists claim that it's a no, and he said no, we're not convinced.
Hang out, and you will notice.
And you also see it.
He wasted his 4 minutes on 3 different occasions.
And he also said at one time that sometimes we're just not convinced. We are not convinced that prayer works.
I'm not ignorant to what atheists believe or have a lack of belief in.
But you just said that I had to answer yes or no.
Somebody gave you 4 minutes to elaborate your point of view on something, use your 4 minutes.
I did.
So just say, the burden of proof is on you because you're so used to saying that other people hangouts. Some of us like to actually hear you get a little bit deeper on this.
I went as best as I could. I said I don't see any evidence of prayer. Okay, you said that you wouldn't know, but you wouldn't know. You wouldn't even know that if prayer wasn't answered, you won't be able to tell the difference.
I ask questions and I move to the next person.
Anyone
who watches my hangout is going to see that.
By definition, prayer is unfalsifiable. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying it does. I'm saying it's not false. It's not true. We don't know.
I'll ask you a knowledge question if you don't mind. You're saying that prayer is unfalsifiable. According to who? According to what? According to who and according to what?
By definition.
According to who and according by what? But what method are you using to be able to come to that conclusion?
Logic.
Because if I wanted to debate that, if I really wanted to debate that, I would simply ask you according to who? According to logic?
Logic.
G-Man.
Is it also according to the scientific method? Yes or no?
No, because it's a philosophical position. It's not, science can do it, but you don't have to be a scientist to say that.
Okay. So let me get this straight. So it goes against logic that somebody would say yes, no, or not now, right? And this is how I disprove your logical conclusion.
No, that's not my claim. I said that it goes against logic. If you can't tell the difference, you can't prove that your prayer wasn't answered. How do you prove your prayer?
That question was answered by Thick Shades and Raw, and I believe Shannon a little bit on how you can know the difference between when God is answering you and when the devil is answering you.
You said to JD that you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
No, I didn't say that.
You said yes, you did. Yes, you did.
On numerous debates, well, actually, you should probably know this, Darius. On numerous debates that I've had on YouTube regarding this particular topic, on numerous individual videos I made on this particular topic, I've had an answer for that each and every time. You know what the answer was?
What?
Information. That you can know the difference between God, these false gods, and the devil, and know who's actually the one who's actually answering the prayers.
I mean, I'm not talking about answering. If it's not answered, that's my question. I'm not talking about answering.
Documented fact if you actually watch the video.
I'm talking about if your prayer is not answered, how would you know if it was a no or it just wasn't answered?
Okay, this is how I would know. Can I have a quarter?
No, you can't.
Okay, that's how I would know. It's like you told me no, I can't. God would tell me no, I can't.
Did you hear him say no, I can't?
Yes, I did. And he tells me in various different ways.
Well, I rest my case, and I rest my entire case.
Okay, Darius, let me ask you a question, Darius.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I'm going to use some logic on you now, too, okay? And by the way, the one thing as a Christian I don't accept is this, you putting the burden of proof on me, and then you don't take the same responsibility.
Because I'm not claiming anything.
You're trying to hide behind word games, okay?
I'm not claiming anything. What am I claiming? What am I claiming?
Darius, my question for you is this, Darius, okay? Can you prove that God is not answering my prayers, yes or no?
No, no one can.
But can you prove that God is not answering my prayers?
No, because it's unfalsifiable.
Okay, Darius, listen to me. And this is the part that you're missing and it's completely going over your head.
What answer do you want, G-Man?
Darius, I'm not looking for no answer that I want, Darius. If you would listen, you would get this, okay? Listen, the only way your argument would even come close to even scratching the surface, okay, is if I was trying to convince you that my prayers were answered. Again, the title of this hangout is this: does God answer prayers, yes or no? Why and why not? I am not here to convince you of diddly squat. I am here to share my position with you. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
That is why your argument doesn't mean squat right now, because I'm not trying to convince you of anything.
Okay,
that is an atheistic tactic that is done.
I'm trying. Then what's the point of the conversation?
Destroyed so many times on YouTube, it's not even funny.
What's the point of the conversation? What are we trying to talk about?
Okay,
what are we
Darius,
trying to do?
I tell you what, Darius. Next time when you come into a hangout, ask that publicly, and I will gladly answer that. Man, something you'd like to say, oh man?
I think all these guys want to laugh in your face, man. I think that they've hardened their heart, and they're not going to turn around, man. Some of these people will see Jesus and deny him still. I mean, you're going to live your 80 years on this planet, or 90 if you're lucky, denying him the whole time.
Well, I don't spend every day denying Jesus. I get on all my life. I don't sit there going, Jesus isn't real. Jesus isn't real. Okay? I live my life trying to make other people feel good, making myself feel good, and just trying to be happy. I don't spend every day trying to deny Jesus. I don't know where this comes from. I'm just trying to live my life like a normal person. I'm trying to have fun with it. You know, trying to make a career.
Darius, I should probably let you know, Darius. I don't live my life trying to make everybody feel good.
I'm not.
That ain't that because that's not good.
Well, I'm not saying you are.
Not good.
I'm not. That's
and
fine.
let me give you a practical example of what I'm talking about. Logical reason. I was training for this marathon that I ran yesterday. Let me tell you something, okay? Training for that marathon was very difficult. A lot of pain and suffering came with it. A lot of sore ankles, nails falling off my toes, limping. Couldn't even walk. I couldn't go to work sometimes because of how my legs felt. Okay? That wasn't fun, and that certainly didn't feel good. But because of that suffering, I was able to run that marathon yesterday. I was able to finish the marathon, and I got my reward.
Well, good
Don't
job.
give me that nonsense about trying to make everybody feel good.
What does that have to do?
Suffering that everybody's got to go through in order to grow in this world.
Yes,
That
I
wasn't
know.
nonsense. That was him talking about his own, how he lives his life.
Are you
I don't know where
saying
you're
that
trying to go
the
with
way I live my life is invalid? I'm asking you.
Right?
No, I'm just telling you, I don't live that way.
That's
all
fine.
I said.
That's
I don't.
fine. That's fine.
I
You
gave
can
you my
live any
opinion.
way- That's fine. You can live any way you like. It's not wrong and it's not right. It's subjective on how you live your life. I'm perfectly fine with you doing what you do.
How come you wasn't this much of a chatterbox during the live hangout? That's what I want to know.
Because we had time to. We did.
Short
Because
answers that have no depth to it.
Well, because it wasn't because we only had time to talk. That's why.
I gave you 4 minutes, and this is what you did with it.
Because it wasn't.
The proof is
because
on
it
you,
wasn't
not on
relevant.
me.
Because it wasn't relevant. This is about me. If I denied about denying Jesus.
You need to go back and watch that hangout. You really need to go back and watch that hangout.
Well, I know what I
I
said,
think,
but
Darius, I think you listened to what J.D. King did, and you let him influence you, and
no.
you blew your moment. Yes, I do, because you stated the same exact thing J.D. King did.
No, well, that may be true, but it doesn't mean I was influenced by him. It just means we have the same opinion.
JD has been destroyed so many times, my friend. By
But
that
just because we have
not
just
even
because-
funny.
just because we have the same opinion doesn't mean that I was influenced by him.
Oh, yes, you are. You're so influenced by J.D.
How do
King.
you know?
Shannon, calm down. You're way too mad.
I've never been in a hangout with him, but that was my first time being in a hangout with him. First time
And
I've-
obviously you agreed with him in everything he said.
beforehand, before I even got in, I'd never even actually heard of the guy.
Okay.
I don't see how I'm influenced by him. It's my personal opinion. I could say that you were influenced by G-Man, but that would be absurd. To say everything that you're saying is influenced by him rather than your
Well,
own.
for those of you who are interested, I recorded the marathon footage of me being in it, and I'm
Good,
going
but-
to uploading it to YouTube.
Good, I'll watch it. Is it on GoPro or something?
No, I use this. I had this camera in my pocket, so every now and then I put it on me. And when I was finishing the finish line, so that you guys can see my time, I don't know how close I got to it, but
Good.
I had my camera up so that you guys can see it. I think now last year my time was 4:52. This
Good
year was
stuff.
4:04.
Good
And
stuff. Good stuff.
Lee Lemon was the one who gave me some new advice to help me get faster. So she's an atheist on YouTube, but she gave me some really good fitness advice. I owe her thousands of dollars as far as I'm concerned. Because,
Cool.
but I'll get to that in the video.
How did the marathon go?
The marathon went well for me. I got hurt. I don't
Did
know
you?
what's wrong with my toe. I think I had a blister underneath my nails. Might grow some of you out, but I think it busted in the middle of
Yeah.
couldn't walk for a little while.
Did it feel good getting through the finish line? I did a marathon once, a couple of years ago, but it does feel good when you get past the finish line.
Oh, it's worth it when you pass the finish
Oh
line.
yeah,
I finished
yeah.
stronger this year than I did last year, but
It's a feel
I
good
thank God
moment.
for being gay. This stuff right here saved my life. This stuff right here, by the time I got the mile 17, I was putting stuff on every 15 to 20 minutes or so.
Good stuff. Good. I'm glad you got through it.
Yeah. I had an interesting time. I was gonna make a video when I got home, but I was like, I'm in too much pain, and I was up. I think I got at the expo at 4 in the morning, so my race didn't start until 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I feel it. I've been fairly busy. Gary, you said you were on the road, right? DS Gary?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, I had to go to a wedding in California.
Oh, man. Really? I have a friend that lives up there. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I know. I did a show, a gig in New York once. I think where was it? It was on the border of New York, more towards New Jersey. I forget where it was. It was near New Jersey though.
Well,
I did a show there.
I live in Texas, so.
Oh yeah. I have a friend that lives in Texas. Who was it?
Well, guys, I'm gonna actually head out. Shannon, I'll talk to you on Skype if you want. Then I'm gonna cut my laptop off. So, guys, thank you for coming to the Hangout. Probably do another one on a Thursday or something like that.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Just do
Yeah,
me a
I'm probably
favor.
gonna go too, G-Man. I gotta go to bed. I'm tired.
Good night, everybody, and thank you for having me.
Yeah. Have a good night,
No
bro.
problem. No problem. Thank you, man, for Ohio for coming, and the rest of you guys. By the way, the next time I do a Hangout, guys, try to make sure your answers are longer, on air, and not short, because that does not help you. When I give you the floor, it's for you to express what you really feel about a matter.
No, I'm sorry I missed your hangout.
All of your time.
Got off work late. Sorry I missed your hangout. I got off work late.
Oh, don't worry about it. Add me to Skype, and I'll make sure you get a link early. Let me give
Okay.
you my Skype information.
Yeah. What is your Skype? I think I have Skype on here somewhere too.
There it is, right there. More Gary 1.
Okay. Is it okay if I add you?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I always add everybody to add me to Skype. Just if you're troll, you won't be on here long.
All right. Good stuff.
Okay, once I see you requesting your link, I'll put you in here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to log in.
I don't understand why JD feels this way. JD says, see you all. This is clearly pointless. G-Man cannot comprehend this, amazing as that is. I don't understand him. I mean, he doesn't know the difference between having a conversation and the debate. Maybe I don't feel like convincing nobody of nothing. Maybe I'm getting sick and tired of doing that.
But did you understand why he was asking you if it was falsifiable?
Yeah, and me and him been through that already. I was like, how many times I got to keep repeating the same thing to this guy? You know what I mean?
That's
I'm not going to keep doing that.
It's part of the conversation though, as to explain what falsifiability is,
Yeah, because it can't be true unless there's a way for it to be false.
and that's part of the conversation. It doesn't have
Well,
to be.
here's the thing. With JD, I've already done that with him numerous times, and my answer for him is information. And he doesn't accept it, so there's no point in me keep repeating the same thing over and over to a guy who ain't listening to what's coming out of my mouth.
Well, the thing I usually hear is like, say you ask, like you were asking for a quarter. If you ask God for a quarter and you never got that quarter, does that mean that he never answers prayers?
That means he told me no.
I mean, he told you, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, he told me no. Like if I asked you, man, to let me have your PlayStation 3 if you had one, and you never gave it to me, and the answer is no.
Exactly.
The
That's
answer is no.
But wonder if you did ask him for a PlayStation 3 and then you found one just laying on your doorstep, would you say God gave it to you, or just maybe somebody lost it, or it got delivered to the wrong address?
Well, to be honest with you, the first thing I would think, especially if I asked for it in prayer, I would immediately think that God did it. But I would also have in the back of my mind that maybe somebody's playing a prank on me, because people don't leave PS3s in front of your door all the time. It could be one of my friends playing a prank on me. It could be can I put this?
Could have just been delivered
Maybe
to the
somebody
wrong
was walking
address.
past the house and they dropped it or something. I don't know.
Right.
It doesn't mean necessarily all the time that something's from God. The devil has the power to, and the stuff is in the Bible. The devil has the power to answer prayers as well. I believe in Matthew 4, he offered Jesus Christ the whole world if he would just get on his knees and worship him. So, I mean, the information is in the scriptures. You have to know who's giving you what. And a lot of times you'll be surprised. Some Christians get this stuff wrong. Sometimes we think God is giving us something, but in fact it came from the devil. I've been a victim of that several times.
I'm not quite sure what the whole worship. I've never got a definition of actually what worship means when they say to worship something.
It means to exalt something as being greater than yourself. You know how? Do you watch wrestling, Gary?
Yeah, I usually, yeah.
You know how some people do this to Hulk Hogan, they go, I'm not worthy, and they're worshiping Hulk Hogan when they're doing that. When people say, like, you know, on the basketball court, some people be like, yo, nobody can beat Mike with Jordan. I don't care who you are. Nobody can beat Mike. You know, ain't nobody going to be like Mike. In a way, you're worshiping him a little. If you're saying that nobody can beat him, you're exalting him. You understand what I'm saying? When you say to yourself, nobody in the whole world can beat me in pool. Nobody can shoot like me. I got skills. I can do this with one hand. You know what I mean? And when you're doing it to the point that you say nobody can beat you, not your friends, not your family, not even God can beat me in pool, you're worshiping yourself. Because you're exalting yourself so high that no mere human can touch you. You know what I mean?
But I don't think atheists are doing that. We're not saying we're better than them.
You asked me what worship was.
Yeah, I know, but like I think it was Shannon that said that we're worshiping ourselves. I think it was Shannon.
Yeah, I believe now that I believe that there are some atheists on YouTube that are guilty of that. You have some atheists on YouTube that are humble and that don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, but when I watch wrestling and I see people, you know, do that thing to Hulk Hogan, I don't think they actually think they're not worthy of Hulk Hogan.
Can I tell you something that Hulk Hogan has on his arm? On his arm, he has a tattoo, and it says, and the man claims to be a Christian, by the way. He says, I am that I am, and that's on his arm.
I think, isn't that just like accepting yourself?
He's calling himself God, or the God of wrestling by having that on his arm.
Oh, no. Like, you could, like, I am, but I am, it just sounds like you're accepting yourself. From a literary point of view, anyway.
I mean, when CM Punk was at his height, he thought he was a god of wrestling, so who knows what Daniel Bryan thinks about himself. He hasn't said anything close to Hogan than what CM Punk has said.
Wrestling's also an act.
Well, there's a difference between...
I understand that, but there are a lot of conceited people doing that act, too.
Right, but there's a difference between, you know, being confident of yourself and thinking that you're better than...
Yes,
I don't know how you would think you're better than yourself, though.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I don't even understand how you could think that I'm better than...
Learn which one is the thing, you know, whether or not a person's being confident versus exalting himself so high that nobody can touch him.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, you know, those people are called assholes, generally. You know, they're the guy in high school, they're the jocks in high school that think they're better than everyone.
Yeah, I was one of them before I became a Christian, so my whole self-esteem was wrapped around winning and losing.
I don't even know.
I don't miss those days. You know, but I'm gonna go, guys. I'll probably do another hangout on Thursday.
Determine better.
Can I say that again?
No.
Hey, Gary, is that your wife?
All right, maybe I'll be able to catch that one. Hopefully, I'm hoping I'll be able to catch one of them. Yes.
Well, you know what? I don't know what a deist is. I'm thinking about doing a hangout, getting educated what a deist is. Maybe I can get some deists in here and they can educate me on what a deist is.
I think Gary could help you on that.
What the difference between an atheist is. I
don't know if you'll find one deist that'll agree.
I think generally it's a god you know nothing about, and you don't know if he's done anything, essentially.
But okay, so D is a theist then.
No, it's you don't know anything about God. Essentially, you don't know if he created the universe. You don't know anything about him. He doesn't intervene. Is the big one that I hear is a non-intervening God. That's the one I hear.
So we got the denomination of atheism.
No, I don't. It's in between theism and atheism. I don't even know. I don't want to like generalize them all. No. But I think Gary can answer your question better since he's a deist.
We'll save that for the hangout. Then you can do it live, and then you can get a live reaction out of me when I'm not prepared and everything. Because I generally just don't know. So you'll be educating me. All right, Gary?
Fair enough.
All right, that's fine. I can tell you. I mean, I tell people all the time. But that's fine. Yeah, sure. That'd be fine.
I like to give my real emotions about it and whatnot. All right?
Okay, that's fine. All right.
All right, guys. I'm out. See you guys later.
Later.
If you have any ideas for a hangout, leave it in the chat. And maybe I'll do it.
Okay. Later, man.
All right.
Well, was that an interesting hangout? Did I miss something?
I came in about maybe half an hour before you did. I wasn't in the whole time. Yeah, it was interesting. Frustrating at times, I have to say.
Yeah, I can understand that. I don't understand why when you ask him if God is answering you, he asks you for a quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was kind of worrisome when he said, you know, I'm not trying to talk behind his back right now at all because I said this to his face, but he said that he heard God's voice in his head saying yes or no. Does that concern anyone, or am I just thinking of that?
I think he meant he interprets the answers.
He interprets, yeah, okay.
Meaning, if I didn't get it, God said no. If I did get it, God said yes.
Yeah.
But then that would apply to absolutely anything and everything.
Yeah, precisely. You won't be able to. I don't know how you.
Well, there's no differentiating. You know, there's no difference between the yes and no's for him. If he asked God for something and he got it, God answered it. If he asked God for something he didn't get it, God also answered him. I mean, there's
no difference between God not answering and God answering with a no. There's no difference. And I'm like, wait, like how do you?
Unless you would, even if you asked him for something off the wall, like, you know, bring somebody back from the dead. If he didn't bring them back from the dead, he said no, right?
Yeah, precisely. And, you know, it's kind of frustrating.
But you did get. Well, what he's saying is he did get his answer either way.
Yeah, well, he was satisfied with what he got. Is essentially what he's saying. Yeah, I don't know. It got quite frustrating at that, especially when I was expressing my opinion. When he said it's either yes or no, no in between. That kind of got me a bit, kind of bugged me. Yeah, when he was insisting that I either say yes or no, and I was like saying I don't know, I can't prove it. You know what I mean? Same with me. I feel the exact same way about God. But I take the negative and say probably not, due to the lack of evidence that's being presented or
You
not
don't hold
presented.
the belief.
Well, I'm an agnostic atheist essentially, which is weak atheism. I think you can't. It's honest essentially. You don't know, but you kind of go to probably not. Or you can say you're agnostic theist and say I don't know, but there probably is. Which is more, if anything.
Well, most agnostic atheists are saying, instead of saying that they're not, because then that would be putting you in the position of a claim.
Yeah.
You would say, since I don't know, I can't have a belief because I don't know.
Yes, and that's the
But
middle ground.
Basically, you're withholding belief until either you know for sure or evidence is presented to you.
Yeah, I look at it the exact same as, say, like a unicorn. And I know this is a cliche, but it's the best answer. You know, to be honest and intellectually honest and being technical, you can't technically disprove a unicorn that's anywhere in the universe. Like, if to say there's no unicorns anywhere in the universe or anywhere in existence, you can't know that for 100% certainty.
You could if a unicorn was described in a particular way, you could prove that